Hi, Kathy here from Kathy's Cute Creations. I'm coming to you with the second part of the video that I abruptly cut off. Now you know you have the capability to do zigzag on an older machine on applique. So let me go ahead and let's finish this video. It has the ruffle foot. It has the, I went ahead and I pulled them all out so I could look at them. But it doesn't even have the gauge. See the 3 holes here? Which you may have that on your sewing machine. That's where you screw in the gauges. It's a sewing gauge. Now you can see that you've got the numbers here for your distance, but that's also, you've got it here. And there's other foot that attach to that. Let me see if I can find my feet to give you an idea. Alright, so let me show you the cams. Here's a picture in the book. Okay. And it tells you their fashion disc. Let me get this a little bit of I'm trying to get that glare off of that book. Here we go. So the picture and the description of what it is on the cam, so that you know what you're looking at and what design it will look like, so you can tell one from another. They also have numbers on them. Like that has a number 1. So the first cam is the Arrowhead Cam. Now this is just a decorative stitch. Now they're all on your electronic machines. You just click on them and they appear. This is a banner, and they've all got their names, what they're called back then. Today they may be called something else. And the lady that had the book, she had written so that she could remind herself. So I'm going to guess that she used these the most that she had marked. And I think she either got her book wet because some of the pages were stuck together. And then it shows you how to put the cam in. And like I said, right now I have my zigzag in. You saw that. And then it tells you the controls and everything in my book. So let me go back to the part where and try to find the feet so you can see what I was missing. And if you have this. Now, here's the regular foot there, which is what I have on the machine. And you can use it for zigzag, darning, straight stitch. That is the zipper foot. This part here, that moves right or left. That's how you get your needle on the right-hand side or the left-hand side if your needle doesn't move. Alrighty, here's the gauge that I was talking about. That I do not have. This is missing in mine. Now, I do, however, have this foot here. This is the foot hammer, as you can see here. That I have. And each page tells you. And see, you can use it with decorative hems, hemmed seams. It's showing you. See how it rolls it automatically for you. And of course, it shows you hemming with lace. And then here's the ruffler foot. I also have that on my new sewing machine, and they just about look the same. And I know it looks all complicated and everything, but really it's not. Now let me see if I can find. All right, so the free motion work for darning, they're not using a foot at all. But this is a hoop. And then, let's see, there's the foot that I do not have right here. A darning and embroidery attachment. That's what I don't have. See, this is just like the feet that come on the machines today. But like I said, I don't have that. I do have this gathering foot. I do not have that foot there, which is your edge stitcher. I don't have this one, the tucker, either. And all of these pictured in this book can be used on this sewing machine. And then here shows you the different stitches with the cams. This is the cam here. So this is a pretty good machine. This is probably one of the top of the line. So the table extends to the left, and it extends to the right here, right there. And when I bought this, I got this on Craigslist, and it was a gentleman here in town, and they were fixing to move, so he went ahead and just gave me this table with the machine. He just said, come on out in the garage and we'll see, I'll show you the tables that go to, and if you'd like a table. And I said, yeah, I don't have a table for it. He said, then we'll just pick one out for you. So that's how I ended up with the table for this machine. All right, let's get started here. I think I've babbled enough on y'all. The first thing you do, I'm going to take it and I'm going to go ahead, just for showing purposes, I went ahead and moved it to 5 on my width and then on my length. Now remember, you're going to use a practice piece first before you actually do it so that you don't ruin your good one. And that's all this is. It's just a practice piece. It's the same cotton fabric at the bottom, the top with the fusible on it, and then I line up the middle of this foot where there's a little opening right on the seam here, and then always pull your wheel towards you. Never go backwards with your wheel, always come forward, and always put it down when I start. All right, so this is not close enough, so let's go a little higher. All right, let's see here. And this is where you do all your adjustments. And what I'm doing is I'm holding my fabric. This needle is a 11, I do believe I used. And I probably could go smaller. But this fabric is not thick. Well, the fabric that I have for the background upstairs, the hen and I believe the snowman, and even the penguin, the fabric is thicker. This is a thinner type of cotton. So what it's doing, it is pulling and puckering because my stitches are so close. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I always lift my needle the highest it will go before I take it out. And I'll show you here. Now this does have a thread cutter. I'm not going to use it. I'm so used to using the scissors when I'm down here on this. Let me show you here. You can see how it has pulled the fabric and see how far apart the stitches are. I mean, it didn't do a lot of puckering here, but you can see down here it started puckering it. So what I would do, one of two things, you can either put fusible back here, or you can use a cutaway stabilizer, or, and I know this is going to sound crazy, you can actually take a piece of paper, typing paper, and lay it down on the back. You don't have to adhere it or anything, just lay your typing paper down, put this on top of it, and then sew it. I went ahead and I got a piece of paper, and I put it behind my fabric. And this is what I was talking about, so we're going to see what it looks like now. Oh yes, and I'm going to show you here the difference. I do have that. And if you can't do curves like this, you can pick your foot up and move it a little bit. All you're trying to do is make sure that the middle of your foot is going on the edge of this fabric here. Like, let's say you had to move it, you just do this. Go a little bit, say, oops, I gotta move it. Turn it like that. You can do the whole thing. And then when you're done, if you feel like it's not quite what you want, you can go back over it again. You'd be surprised, it's a lot easier than you think it is. All right, let me take it out here so you can look at it. You see how smooth this is now? And it's not puckering. And there it is, you're just gonna rip it off. When you're done, you just tear it off. Tear it or cut it, it doesn't make a difference. But it doesn't give you all this puckering like this because this stabilized your fabric. It was like giving you another piece of fabric, except it's not going to stay, which would make it big and bulky. But like I said, let's see if you can see this. It looks like the stitch, it looks like when it, let's put my scissors in there. It looks like it came here and then made another stitch over there. Even though it went back and forth, that is the bobbin thread. So let me adjust my tension, because this is how you find out you need to change your tension. Now this is what I do when I change tension. Remember, it's the dial up here. So I'm going to give it more. So in my case, the plus sign is on the right, so I'm going to turn the dial to the left, which means it makes it tighter. It's grabbing the disc and squeezing them, remember from earlier. And I'm just going on the outside here. I still have my stabilizer. And I'm keeping it on the zigzag because that's what I'm trying to make look different. So we'll just do a little bit. I'll take a look at it. I don't think it changed any. Let's see here. Nope. So let's just make it a little tighter. Let's see if that'll help any at all. You don't normally have to play with your bobbin disc. Let's see. I'm trying to look at it while I all right, I'm almost on one. Let's take a look at it. I don't think that it changed it at all, actually. Now, I did lubricate this entire machine before I started. Let's go a little tighter. Might need to be, it just might need to be at the 0 mark. We're going to find out here. And that, all right, let me show you what it looks like now. And that's what I did. And then you can see the difference. Now look at it. See how it looks different? What we're going to compare is this here, the way the thread looks, to the end down here. Totally different. And that's all got to do with the tension. This is why the older machines, you have to pay attention, and you will need to change your tension. Now don't worry about the tension on your bobbin. That would be the last thing you'd ever have to do. And sometimes, I want to believe my FOF machine, I actually had 2 bobbin cases so that I wouldn't have to change my tension. One was set up for free motion, and all I had to do was just change out the bobbin casing, and then my regular bobbin casing was for everything else that I did. Now this doesn't have a bobbin casing. This is a Singer. It's a totally different thing. On this one, and I'll show you, when I open this, it's strictly drop-in bobbin. That's it. There's no casing. This right here is not in something else before it's in my machine. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little bit of gap here. And I'm going to start right here. Put my foot down first. And my thread. And then now this is not embroidery thread, by the way. This is just plain cotton thread. This is Orifil thread. And somebody's hungry. But I needed to get this video done before dinner, so. Alrighty. Now let me give you an idea what it looks like. So now you can see the difference between this stitch here and the loop, where that meant the tension was too loose, and this here. And this is what you're looking for. Now, like I said, if you have to go back over this, no problem. I'm going to show you me going back over it. All you're going to do is you're going to line it back up just like you had it. Your stitch is not going to change in your width or anything. And when you put it down in there, you can see exactly where it was. Just take your time, because what you're doing is you're following your fabric. Now, you're not following your foot or anything. And then next time when we go here, we'll just make the stitches closer. See if I got any more space to show you that. Alright, let's take it out of here so I can show it to you. It does look pretty good when you go over it again. See that? Alright, so I got a little spot right here that I can make my stitches tighter. Let's see if I can do that. Alrighty, let's go up to here. Make it a little tighter. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Alright, whoops, that's my knee left on here. Just made that squeaking noise. And it's not attached, it's just on here. Alright, let's try this. Oh yeah, here we go. And then if you gotta go backwards. Now this actually, when it comes to locking in place, if you go forward and backward when you're zigzagging, you're gonna make a lot of bulk. So what I do is I take it and I put it back on my straight stitch. And then I put my needle in the corner of the fabric where I stopped. And then I'm going to come forward with my, instead of going backwards because I can see if I go forward, I'll slowly feed it. And let's see here. Let me make sure I got enough length for it to be moving forward here. There we go. And then what I'll do is just I'll come right on the edge and I'll show you. And then go backwards and then forward. And this is what I do to lock it in place. Show it to you here. Here's where I locked it into place, and I came right along there. Just about see where I locked it into place. I feel safer doing it that way. And then I just made these stitches smaller. I started up here and worked my way down. That's all. Okay, so that is it for this machine. And like I said, I'm going to need to order myself a foot. I believe parts.com online, I think, has the foot. I will call them up and I will order that. And when I get it, then I will show you free motion with that foot for this machine. Here I am, back up at the sewing room. And we're going to take this paper off. And let's see how hard it is to take off. Okay. So first off, I'm going to split. Again. Okay. Well, that tells you how easy it is. I got these duck bills out thinking it was going to be harder. So there you go. And it did not rip a stitch one. There you go. So it looks pretty good. Pretty nice. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will show you next time how to set up my other sewing machine to begin sewing on the block for the hen party. Anyway, that's it. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, click the little bell, and I'll see you all next time. And thank everybody for watching, and welcome all my new YouTube subscribers. Bye-bye.